The world has changed. Animals are no more. It was almost as if nature flipped a switch. In this new world, it's just us and the cold. But only the native plants remain. In this new world of foraging, can we survive with no wildlife? Or will we fall to the flip of nature's switch? This is the No Wildlife Challenge. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Long Dark. We're on the title screen today, and I think you know what that means. A new series. We are calling this series the No Wildlife Challenge. There's going to be 0 wildlife present throughout the entire series. So that's really going to present a few very challenging things that we're going to have to overcome, all of which I will talk about in just a minute. But let's get started. Custom run. Here's kind of what's going to make it a challenge. We're going to make it interloper difficulty. That'll be our baseline. And we're going to have everything really set to as bad as it can be. I am going to put the starting time of day at dawn in the starting weather as clear, just so you guys can see what is going on for the early part of the episode. But here's where things are going to get challenging. So world gets colder over time, very high. Blizzard weather variability all high. Wind variability, I'm going to switch to as high as it can be. Same with Aurora. We've got all the health stuff, so calories, it's all going to be very high. Even the calorie burn rate, very high. Freezing, fatigue, thirst, all very high. I could actually put the at-rest condition recovery rate at low. So it's not going to necessarily, be preventing us from losing condition, but we don't really want to lose condition. Condition recovery rate, just in general, we're going to put at low. Hypothermia recovery rate, I will put that, let's see, determines how long it takes to recover from hypothermia. We could do fewer hours makes the game easier. Oh, I see. Okay, so we'll actually put that very high. There we go. Cabin fever, obviously on. Intestinal parasites, everything that is bad turned on. Scurvy, vitamin C drain rate. Yeah, let's put that on high. Birch bark, tea crafting. I will enable that because I never really play around with birch bark. So it'll kind of be nice to have that little lifeline there for us. Item decay rate is going to be very high. Loose item availability low. Empty container chance. I think high is kind of like a high chance of... Yeah, okay, high chance of reducing overall resources in the world. Cool. Yeah, we'll put that at low. Starting gear low. Rifle availability. So it really doesn't actually matter, believe it or not. It really doesn't, because there's no wildlife and there's nothing to defend myself, from. I think I'll put rifle and revolver on. I guess in a way that kind of makes it a little tougher, doesn't it? Because that's going to take the place of something else that can be useful. A rifle's not very useful. Let's turn these both off, actually. Let's turn them both off. Gives us a chance to get something maybe a little bit better in their position. Harvest plant availability affects how many harvestable plants will spawn in each game. That's going to be low. Reduce, is that going to be high? Modifies the amount of gear you find in each container that is not empty. I think this one is low. Reduce container item density. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep it at high, though, just because of interloper settings had that at high. Not sure about that one, though. So here's where the challenge really begins. The wildlife spawns. We're going to have none on everything. And that's, the first few days might seem easy. Absolutely. No bear, no moose, no wolves. What could go wrong, right? But once mid-game comes around and we run out of food, it's over for us. We're going to have to keep moving. Reduce wildlife population over time. This stuff really doesn't matter too much, but I'll just keep it at interloper levels. Yeah. Okay, we'll spawn all that stuff. I'll just keep. I don't know if ptarmigans are included in this, actually. I think ptarmigans would be. But maybe if we see ptarmigans, we'll just pay them no attention. All this is going to be not really a thing for us, and then all this as well not going to be a thing. Okay. So, you can kind of see how this challenge is going to go. We've got no wildlife at all. So, finding food is going to be probably the #1 threat along with the cold, because if you don't have any if you don't have any wildlife, you can't make yourself good enough clothes. So, here's the code. If you want to follow along, this will be one heck of a series. I'm interested to see how this one's going to go. So there's the code for you. And we'll go ahead and confirm that. So, obviously, maybe... Yeah, we'll probably just, choose something random. We'll start in a random region. How about that? I kind of like that. No real thought to it. Oh, yes. Okay. So do we want to maybe activate feats? I know this is going to be pretty hard. Efficient machine would be really nice to have. Consume 10% fewer calories, but I think to keep this a true baseline challenge with no help, I'm going to say no to feats. So, there's that. The trader. That's a good point right there, the trader. Do we want the trader in the world or not? I'm going to say we do not want the trader in the world. I'm going to say that because the trader, obviously, you can trade things to make it a little more easier. I'm going to say no trader. So that'll kind of put us in a little bit of a better spot instead of just constantly scamming him for, for boxes of cereal or something. Make it a little easier. So no wildlife. There we have it. First episode of hopefully a smooth time, although can't really promise that for the later game. It's gonna get difficult. It's gonna get difficult, but I'm excited. Looking forward to it. Coastal Highway. Hey, don't mind if I do. Absolutely. All right, we're basically in harder than interloper conditions right now, with how I set the world and everything. So we are gonna have to plan out our moves. But you know what? I can walk around Coastal Highway with not a care in the world because of no wildlife. So there's how it's going to be easier in the short term. The long term, though, is going to be haunting me. Absolutely. But we'll enjoy the views and everything while we still can. So there's a trailer up here. I think I'll probably get started by looting that out. We have low resource availability across the board, so it is going to be a little bit of a struggle to find anything lying around. Should make itself known here in the early game, but typically you get some rabbits up here. Doesn't look like it today. Doesn't look like it today, or any day, as a matter of fact. It'll be weird in the early game, walking around with no predators, but it is what it is. I can get used to it real quick. So, Coastal Highway was kind of a region that I was thinking about maybe settling. Oh yes, because it's a little dark right now. Can't really see too much. That's alright. So let's get looting while we talk. Coastal Highway was a region that I definitely wanted to maybe settle down in at some point, just because of the beachcombing aspect, right? Because beachcombing, you have a chance of getting fish that wash up along the shoreline. And that could help us. Obviously, that would be a huge, monumental help for us. How are we looking for our starting gear? Okay. Trail boot's not going to be as good, but I will hold on to them in the meantime. In the container there. Nothing in it. Cool. Man, I started out with a little bit of daylight just so I could, see what's going on a little bit. I'm going to sleep an hour. We do lose our energy very, very quickly. Everything was set to very high, so we are going to have to get a move on finding matches and such like that, so... Alright, there wasn't anything too great in this trailer, huh? Not really. A sign of things to come, absolutely, no doubt. Alright, so I think right now, we have to kind of stay in Coastal Highway, and here's why I say that. If we want to go to Ravine, that's all well and good, except we're freezing cold. We do not have good clothing right now. And remember how it takes a lot of sleeping? We have low condition recovery. It takes a lot of sleeping and a lot of just hanging out to recover that condition. So moving into Ravine would probably be a poor choice right now. So that's why I say let's stay in Coastal Highway a little bit. We'll loot the entire place. We'll go around, do a few laps, try to find some better clothing. And once we get our hands on some matches and whatnot, then we can start kind of moving into different regions. I think that would be the plan. Could actually... You know, instead of going up towards Ravine next, I probably should go up towards Pleasant Valley, because what I really should be doing is booking it for Ash Canyon. That's kind of the absolute needs to happen, because we got to get our backpack, we got to summit Timberwolf Mountain, all before it's too late. So there is that. We'll have to keep that in mind without a doubt. Keep picking up these sticks. 9 pounds on us. Oh my goodness, we're so light. That's awesome. Hey, I mean, even with low resource of... Oh, we're gonna get cold. Let's step in here. Wow, we get cold so quick, man. Not even a joke. Not a joke. And it's what, 32 in here? Let me see. Yeah, 32. We are at freezing. Ooh. There we go. Some cloth, nice. Yeah, any little bit of food. Marine flare actually not going to be useful, believe it or not. Very weird saying that. Any flares not going to be useful. Okay, nothing back there. I'll probably hang out in here for a little bit. I don't really know. Yeah, there's a 9-degree bed bonus right there. Could absolutely sleep in there. We really need to be on the lookout right now for matches. That is the name of the game. So I tell you what, I'll pass a little bit of time and I'll sleep for an hour. Enough to get our temperature back up. And then let's go over to the grove, the rabbit grove. Yeah, it's right over here. It's not named Rabbit Grove, but it is a nice little place to be. Okay. Gonna try to resist sprinting as much as I want to. Hey, you know, it's nice. Walking around. Don't have to worry about wolves. We'll never hear a wolf howl in this mode. But I tell you what, this is true. This is like the post-apocalypse after the post-apocalypse, you know? The original post-apocalypse, we had all these animals walking around. Now, just us and nothing else. Should make for a very interesting series. I'm looking forward to it. But like I said, you know, there's going to be a lot of long-term problems figuring out where we're going to get our food, because cattails and everything, they might seem plentiful, but there's only so much to go around. Okay, we're going to start getting cold, so I am going to do a little bit of a sprint. Maybe I'll harvest these rose hips too in the meantime. These will be crucial as well. Oh yeah, got some nice cold in here. My goodness. Got breezy very fast. How are we looking? Negative 19. Gotcha. Don't even need to be picking up the feathers too. There is a backpack up here, no? No, not today. Alright, I'm going to grab this mushroom. And we'll head on inside. Nice and quiet. That wind was so loud, but that's high wind variability for you right there. Oh, we're not warm in here either. Oh boy. That's interesting. That's a predicament, isn't it? I was kind of hoping I'd be warm. Some stump remover. Just absolutely not going to carry that. I don't need it. Nothing in there. Even some gloves, please. Something. Gonna have to work my way down towards Jackrabbit then. Yeah. Got nothing at all. Alright, let's get out of here. No use in standing around. Could work our way down to the Quonset garage as well. That could probably be the best bet. Just because Quonset, I think, does have matches. Let's go do that. Okay, the log sort's over here as well. Yeah, I'll jump down here. Yeah, we're certainly going to be moving fast throughout this this series, or at least the early part of the series. Moving around, just kind of cruising along with no wildlife. It's always nice. I'm gonna take some time to pick these up, though. Even with low resource availability, still just a ton of sticks around for us. Alright. We have the log sort here. We'll hop in there. It's a trailer, so it should actually be, it should be pretty warm. See, you know, I was thinking about maybe including the Relentless Night mod in this playthrough. I really was. I was really thinking about, you know, hey, we could do something probably with Relentless Night, the indoors getting cold and everything, but I think the early game just like this is going to be tough enough. I'll be honest. We can save the Relentless Night mod for another entire series on its own. Because I think that's what it's going to probably come down to and warrant with how difficult that series will be. But this one won't be any different, though, in terms of difficulty. Alright, I'm going to sleep just for one more hour. We're nice and warm in here. Gotta be careful. I do want to maybe start running over to Quonset. I did hear the wind stop. That is nice. Okay, I have no frostbite risk. That is excellent. That's what I wanted. Alright. I could... Look at this, huh? Beautiful day. Keep in mind, though, high weather variability as well. So that beautiful day can turn into some moderate snowfall at any minute. Okay, I'm going to run into this mine right here. We'll get ourselves some nice pieces of coal, perhaps. I should really grab these too. I should really be preparing these as well. The mine should be a little bit warmer than the trailers were. If I had to guess, I'm going to say maybe around 40, 38, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see. It's about 5 Celsius, I believe. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, I got it. Right on, 40. Cool. Okay, I'm in here. Can barely see anything, though. Oh, my goodness. Some simple tools. I'll grab those. I know you guys can probably not see a single thing. I'll try to brighten it up in post-editing best I can. But I'm just going to leave that. I'm doing a quick kind of skim over this place just for coal. Anything. Okay, I'm not seeing any. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have been really nice to at least get like a piece or two. Oh, what was that? Oh, I got some stone. Okay. Not to worry, but we are nice and warm in here. So why don't I take a little bit of time? We need some sort of water here pretty soon. Pretty soon. But I'll do a little bit of preparation. Quonset garage, I know will have matches. So I want to kind of get moving towards that direction. I also can't help but think about Hibernia as well, and Desolation Point. Desolation Point's a great place to start off a challenge like this. Just because you have your guaranteed matches and some tools that you can grab right off the bat. So it might be worth going over to Desolation, running over real quick, but can we get there in one piece? That's the question. We're really going to be scrapping for anything. Anything in terms of matches, in terms of clothing. I wasn't joking, guys. It's going to be a rough start. But that's what makes for the most entertaining, I think. The most fun. In some ways. Alright, we got cold. That creaking is a tree falling somewhere. Alright, we're going to have a bit of a decent walk ahead of us, but look at this. Nothing out on the ice. No wolves, no bears, no deer. It's pretty eerie. It's pretty eerie. You're not really used to the long dark having absolutely nothing in it. It's a unique little concept here. Alright, I'm going to check these cars too, because you can never rule out an isolated pack of matches. I think at this point, though, it doesn't really matter if they have matches or not, because I'm not going to be able to start a fire until we get into one of the homes over there. So, that's a thing. Nothing in there. Glove box. Anything? No. Probably worth pulling these down. Okay, and then nothing else. Anything in the back? Good old nothing. Alright. Keep it going. Would love if this wind could just relax a little bit. So we're losing condition from the cold right now. And we're about to lose condition with the water. Some of these houses that I want to hit do have toilets. And that will allow us to drink some of its water. So I'm not worried about the water. I'm just worried about the cold. Not too sure if the houses over here are going to be completely warm for us. We'll have to see. We will have to see. But I do think the plan kind of remains in place. I think we're going to just comb this place, comb Coastal Highway to the best of our abilities. And then we'll just go north. We'll go right north into Pleasant Valley. And then we'll continue on into Timberwolf Mountain. It's going to get pretty tricky. Really just speaking in terms of warmth and the cold, it's going to be pretty tricky. But the cold is something I can usually navigate pretty well. Okay, coastal town site. Let's get in here. We should be pretty warm. Okay, nice. Are we 40 degrees? We are. Excellent. I like that 40 degree mark just because we're a few degrees above freezing. I believe it's like 4 or 5 degrees Celsius, somewhere in that range. Oh, matches too? No way. And we got a soda. Let's drink that immediately. Okay, great. So now we're going to start recovering that condition. Granted, it is going to be happening pretty slowly. Sometimes we can get some decent food items in these fridges, but not today. Some peaches, nice. Ooh, that's what I wanted, man. Let's go. Nice. Gonna eat that up right away. Alright. Let's see. Nothing in there. I guess there is kind of a incentive, right, to save some of our food that we do get. There's a potato in the sink right there. Take that. There might be an incentive to do the little bit of a starvation tactic. But with low condition recovery on, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out for us. We might just have to keep eating constantly if we want to keep our condition up. We'll have to think about that, experiment a little bit maybe if we go into to Mountain Town with all that food in Milton perhaps. All right, let's get some clothing items from these cabinets. Come on. Need something. Gloves. Anything. Even a sewing kit would work. So I can make some improvised gloves and a hat. Wow. Nothing there. I'll take that newsprint for some tinder, and we'll take this water to drink. Okay, not seeing anything else, unfortunately. Alright. Not a problem. We're gonna run right over to the Quonset garage. We'll search that place out. We have matches now, so water is now a possibility for us. But there is more water in the toilet at Quonset. Okay, we got 31 pounds on us. Very weird to see this place just completely dead. Nothing over here. That is not the usual in survival, I will tell you that. Should say in any of the base survival modes. Oh, nice. This is exactly what I wanted. Some nice food. Can always find that here. So we disabled the trader, and because of that, there's going to be no radios around, which is nice. I'll take the fast film, actually, because I do plan on maybe making a run to the far territory. We're going to have to be very careful if we do that, though, because that is a death sentence and a half in terms of the cold. Sundered Pass especially. That is not a place to play around in. That might not come until much, much later. There's another soda in there. Grab that. Alright, got a little bit of a foot in the door now. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Got another med kit on the wall there, too. Search that out. What do we got? bandage. Prevents me from crafting one. That's nice. Any useful things over here? Nope. Get the replacement fuse. Hey, storm lantern. That will come in handy. Now you can, now we can see wherever we go into. That's dark. So that's nice. We are losing temperature in here, though, which is kind of unfortunate, but I don't think I'm going to be in here for too long. There is a house that is also in the coastal town site that should be a little bit warmer, so we'll get moving right away. I don't see too much. No fishing either. We did turn off the fish spawn chance, so there's that. Get the mending book under there. Oh, there's another can. I think I'll leave it. The river oats. Nice. That's a great find. No left behind. I'll just take it for the collection. Alright, all food is welcome. Didn't get too much there, though. Alright, let me do just a little bit of this. Get ourselves warm. I don't want to keep searching out while I'm losing condition. Oop, got one more here. Alright. Cool. That's a locked locker. Got nothing there. A nice whetstone right there. That'll be good for later on. I do think that forging is something that really does need to happen ASAP. I certainly would not be opposed to that. Could even be before we go and try to go to Ash Canyon and everything too. Make our lives a little bit easier, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I think we can live off of sticks and some coal for now, in terms of firewood. Not getting too lucky in terms of the food. It's not a bad start, though, I do have to say. Not a bad start. Alright, let's get out of here. There is a house, like I said, back here somewhere. I think there's actually 2 homes that we can search out. So we'll do all of those. No way, I'm actually... Wow, I'm gaining temperature out here in the car. That's kind of crazy. Frontier shooting guide I'm going to take just for firewood purposes. Wow, look how warm it is. 18 out here. Very nice. Nothing in the back. Nothing in there. Probably going to be... Yeah, I was going to say not too much up there. Okay. There's one of the houses right there. Go run to that. I don't think there's any more over... Yeah, they're all burnt out over that way. That's fine. Not a problem. There's a car right here I'll grab. Got some newsprint. I'll take the newsprint. Because we haven't gotten any cattail heads yet, so... Gotta use tinder in that form of newsprint. And then nothing else in here. Okay. To the house. Looks like it was fogging over. So we're not really in any rush. Ooh, matches. Nice. Great. We're not in too much of a rush to get out of here. Just as long as we have enough food, we should be okay. To just kind of relax and everything. So we can recover condition where we need to. And whatnot. So. Ooh, that's not a bad find. I actually might take that. And you know what? I can actually carry that on me everywhere I go. Can you believe that? Not going to be attracting anybody because there's nobody to attract. That's great. Yeah, I'm going to keep that on me for sure. It's a free 1,200 calories. 1,300. Alright, come on with the food right now. I need some sort of food. Although that fish that we found probably created more calories than I'll ever find in these cabinets. Wow. Just, harsh. To say the least. Harsh. Okay. Well, I did expect not to find a lot. I didn't expect to find really nothing in the kitchen. That is quite the wake-up call. Anything beneath the benches, beneath the chairs? Any clothing items? Could use that. It's really the big-ticket items that I'm looking for is clothing. Not seeing much. Man. Hard to buy clothing. Hard to buy it. I think the two biggest threats, you know, food and temperature. 100%. 100%. Let's grab more of that water. Okay. Search this out. And lastly, this drawer. There was quite literally nothing in this house. That is unreal. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Alright. Let's move to the next house while we still have some daylight. Alright. Certainly is weird to walk around here without really having to worry. 62 pounds on us. How many sticks am I carrying? 51. Okay. Oh, the house is burnt out. Oh, that's unfortunate for me then. That is, that is quite unfortunate for me. Alright. Well, I'm going to, I think... I don't know. What do we think? Try to tough it out until Misanthrope? That's the closest one. We could actually just go into this house right here and wait it out. I think I might do that, just in the interest of not becoming unbelievably cold and losing so much condition that I can't recover it all. So I think I will stay in this house, and I think I'll cook up that fish. That'll work nicely. Okay. Cool. Gonna make some water too. That'll be nice. Put that there. Could put that there. Alright. Let's start off by making some tinder, because I think we all know that if I try to light the fire right now without it, without extra I should say, I won't be able to light it. Alright. Oh, we actually have that book too that I can burn, so I'm not too mad about it. Yep, let's do it. Believe it or not, that sewing primer is actually going to be one of the more useful books. That and the Wilderness Kitchen. Those two will be pretty nice. Okay. First fire in this very, very harsh world. 52 minutes, cool. I've got enough for that. Nice. Alright. Can I move this table? It's in the way. That works. Trying to see if I can tear anything down while I wait. Anything that's little. Does not look like it. Alright. Well, there's always usually something that can be done in the inventory. Got two simple tools, really. Two simple tools. Carry them. Ooh, yeah. I could use a teardown, but that's an hour and a half. So that will not be occurring. Could do a little bit of this. Curing that frostbite risk. That's what we like to see. Tensile boiled. We'll do another few. Got 15 minutes there. Oh, really? I don't have enough to do another one. Wow. Alright. Well, think about how much we're just not going to be able to have. So, the bearskin coat, forget about it, right? Cougar wrap, forget about it. Deerskin boots and pants can probably occur. That can probably happen if we find deer carcasses. The wolf stuff, though, wolfskin coat, that can probably happen if we find rare wolf carcasses. They're not all that common, but they are around. So anytime we kind of stumble spawn one, we're going to have to. And look at this. Rabbit skin. Not going to be able to happen unless we find just pelts lying around. Wow. Lots of things to think about. Let's eat that. We should be able to. There we go. Okay, 3 minutes. 19 till boiled. I'll probably make another little batch. So we'll slide that on. Yeah, we'll do a few more while I still have the fire. Here we go. Should line up our sleep schedule pretty well. That's what it's looking like right now. So that's good. We'll be able to sleep fully through the night. 29 minutes right there. 19. Let's do another 5. Really getting rid of these sticks. That's okay. Okay, let's do one more batch of water. Yeah, and then we'll call it good and we'll go to bed. Okay, cool. Oh, gonna have to put another one on. I'll take that back, and I'll take that back. Okay, sorry. One more batch. One more batch. We don't really have a ton of water right now. And I am gonna want to take off maybe a torch or two as well. Okay. 2 gallons. I like that. That's a lot better. Let's take off 2 torches for the time being. Alright. We are full on food. We're full on water. There's that foot in the door that I always talk about getting in a region. There it is. And we're going to sleep really just a full, I think 8 hours. Let's do it. Got an aurora tonight because of that high aurora frequency. Guess in a way, without wildlife, maybe the aurora makes it a little easier. Looks like I can only sleep 7 without getting my water drained. Look at how much condition we recovered, though. Didn't even get a full bar back. That is kind of insane. But that's how slow we're talking about with that slow recovery. Alright, morning. We're basically still at the same condition. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's important to not lose that. At least a ton. Alright, we got everything. Looks like it. Let's head on out. I think I'm going to try to aim for Misanthrope. I would love to go to Desolation Point. Oh, it's cold, isn't it? Yeah. It's cold. I could move in this, but I think I'll just wait it out. I do like my visibility. Not that anything can hurt us, but if I do get lost in the fog, it's over. Unfortunately. It will be pretty close to over. Got a good amount of stuff, though. I certainly do like our odds right now. Pass a little bit of time. I'm gonna sleep an hour. Gotta always try to not pass time, especially this early in the game, because anything can be done. Could be something. There's got to be something in your inventory that can get done. I only pass time there because I know there's not much of anything really, and I do want to keep up my energy this early in the day. Let's see how we looking. Okay, a lot better. Nice. That light fog too is good. Keeps it a tad bit warmer. Alright. Okay, there is Misanthrope right there. I'm gonna aim at that fishing hut, and then we'll go up kind of the side of the island there. Yeah, I want to explore all these places in Coastal Highway, but I really do need to methodically pick out, you know, what I want to stop at. Desolation Point right now, not looking like a place I want to go, just because of how out of the way it is. And we do not have the funds, if you will, to go to Desolation. No way. Unfortunately, will not be happening. Now, obviously, if we spawned in Desolation, that would be a different story. Okay, got some matches there on the bottom. That's cool. Take the wood. Matches are always one of those... I'll take the newsprint. Matches are always one of those things where it's like, no matter... I'll take that scrap metal, too. No matter how hard you set the game mode, you're always going to have a plethora of matches, it feels like. If they cut the match spawn in half, which I feel like they should on really hard difficulties like this, it would be a lot more, I feel, realistic. A lot better. Betcha, even if you cut the match spawn in half, you'll still probably have a decent amount of matches still available for you. So there's that. Alright, not going to bother grabbing a lot of those core items, so some of the lichen, I'm actually going to straight up pass on, because that's only for an infection, and, well, we can't really get an infection, even if we wanted to. Which I do enjoy. That is not complaining by any means. Alright, here's Misanthrope. Got in just before we got cold. That's good. More matches. See? Cut the match spawn in half. Kinda need to. I'm finding them too often for this difficulty. Alright, Misanthrope is just like that other house layout that we checked in... Oops, what is that? Spray paint? I'm okay on that. Yeah, Misanthrope is just like that layout of the house that we had in the coastal town site near the Quonset garage. So, a lot of the same. No fish in that fridge, though. I wonder if I'm going to get anything in the oven and these cabinets because of it. Let's take a look. I'll take a tomato soup. I'll really take anything at this point. Anything at all. Nothing there. Ooh, pork and beans. I'll take it. We'll check in this too. Sometimes you can get a coffee, which would be at a very high premium right now. Alright, going upstairs. Really hoping for some new clothing up here. Take a look, though. Oh, what was under there? Was there something? No. Seeing things, as per usual. Okay, and then nothing over here. Doesn't look like it. Ooh, a book. Stale crackers, I'll take it. Really need that clothing, though. I've searched out so many places. Matches should be as rare as the clothing is right now. For some comparison. Got nothing. Alright. Not to worry, right? Not to worry. I will take the half gallon in here. Still below weight. How much? Okay, 59. We're gonna get up there here. Here soon. Alright. Nothing again, really, in here. Can't say I'm too surprised, though. That is one thing. I don't have a bedroll either. Need to consider that. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Let myself kind of recharge from that trip over here. Let's see. Ooh, almost full. No, is that a blizzard? I mean, it's high wind, so I'm not going to walk anyway, but... Yeah, it's high wind. I can't be walking in that. That'll strip my temperature way too fast. That is, that's okay. That's fine. I am going to take this bed, though, and move it downstairs. Maybe seems a little silly, but I like direct access to it. Maybe I'll just, gotta do a little bit of moving around this place. Just a little bit. Look at that. It's like this was meant to be. Location right there. Nice. I like that. I think that works. We'll move the bench upstairs. in place of that. Yeah, this is perfect, actually. Quite literally perfect. I want the bed on this floor just so I can not waste time going up and down the stairs. Not that we're going to be here for long anyway, but... a little fun with the customization, safe house customization. If you guys didn't watch the my comp playthrough, just wrapped up actually. This series is just taking the place of it, because we finished up the comp playthrough. But if you haven't checked that one out, you definitely should, because that is the one where we did all of the stuff. Did all the tails and everything. Basically completed the game, essentially. There's really no completing the game, but we basically did, if there was completion of a game. Alright, I don't quite want to sleep. I really don't. I would like to... why can't I make a torch? How do I have lamp fuel? Oh, from cooking the, right. That is correct, from cooking the fish. That's right. Actions. I can harvest that for an hour. I think I'll do that. Okay, nice. That allowed for that wind to calm down. Wanted to do that just to get some scrap metal going for us. Okay, doesn't look as cold. At least right now. So there's the box with the trader and everything. That's the dock he uses. I'm going to take this time to go, though. Absolutely. Take this time to run. Gonna have to eat something here in a minute. We'll decide that, though, once we get into Jackrabbit, I believe. Gonna be no rabbits on Jackrabbit Island, unfortunately. Not in this run. Man, what just a quiet world. It's weird not having any threats. Very, very weird. Okay, can I find a, maybe a bag of chips in here? Ooh, sewing kit. I will take. That is big right there, a sewing kit. If I can't find any clothing in Jackrabbit, I very well may just tear down some of the curtains and we'll make some improvised items. Hand wraps and head wraps. Keep ourselves warm. At least with those, there is no frostbite chance, so that is good. Alright, in the comp playthrough, there was a lot of fish over here. All the time it would wash up. Maybe I can get that lucky. Or nothing, that works too. Oh, we got something. There we go. Oh, is that a fish? No, cured leather. And that is... oh, there's a lot of items here, though. Oh, that is a fish. Oh, that's nice. Good. Okay, we'll go up, and I'm actually gonna put this this fish on the fire. I'll have to probably eat a little bit of something. But it's nice that we got at least one bass. How big was that bass? Oh, nice. He's a big boy, too. Good. Let's drink the soda. For the time being. I think I'm deciding that I am going to try to keep this food bonus up for as long as I can, because I don't think letting it decay is really an option. Letting us starve during the day. Because in these early days especially, we're going to be constantly moving around. And that's going to require us to shed a lot of condition in terms of cold, in terms of temperature. So it'd be nice to have something else that is not being lost. Or I should say, something else that's not contributing to our loss of condition. Okay. Awesome. Don't have to worry about predators. I love it. It's good early on. It's nice early on. Okay. It's so weird to come into Jackrabbit after our series, because I organized this whole place. Ooh, some millflower. That's crucial. I'm going to hold on to that. I did not really experiment with those new food items at all in the last series, so Now, I'm forced to. I'm practically forced to. Can't move the sink. I thought for some reason I could move it, but I cannot. Did I miss a cabinet? Ooh, coffee. Nice. Did I miss it? I did miss a cabinet. Nice. Found some coffee, so that's good. That's awesome. That'll go a long way. Probably going to use that. Ooh, pork and beef. Oh my goodness, what a stacked cabinet. Wow. That made me single-handedly feel a lot better. But like I was saying, though, that coffee will come in handy kind of towards the latter of our, of the next few episodes, going up towards... Oh, wow. That is... great. All I need now is some clothing and I'll be good. What is that? Our first piece of clothing, and it's nothing good, of course. Yeah, I kind of expected that. That's alright. Alright, well, I'm gonna eat this now, and we're actually probably gonna have enough room for the fish as well. Cotton scarf. Okay. I'll take it. How warm are we in here? 39. See, once we're done searching this drawer, let's try to increase that a little bit. So you got that, not a ton, but it's almost a degree, and that's about half a degree. So instead of 39, we're at 40 now. Every degree matters, right? When you're at 31 degrees, or like -1 Celsius, you know? Every degree matters. Alright, nothing there either. Okay, I tell you what I'm going to do. I tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to break down some of this. I think I'm going to try to make my way to the fishing cabins. But I do just want a little bit of cloth on me. How heavy am I? 81. Eek. Okay. I don't think I want to leave without eating that bass right there. So I'm going to make a fire out here. That's why I made that extra tinder as well, which is always nice. Plenty of matches, so not to worry. Can we get this fire? Come on. 80%. I feel like it's doable. Nice. Alright. Slap that on. 1 hour to cook that. That is crazy. But that's alright. I'm going to use more of the sticks. Getting a little warm from it, too. 40 minutes there. Nice. Try to get as warm as we can here. There we go. Really warming up now. That's good. Okay, let's eat that. Whole bunch of food right there. All right. 16 to do that. Okay. Gonna chill out by the fire for just another second while I manage the inventory. Let's drop those. We can tear those down at some point. Not doing us any favors, just kind of chilling out in our inventory. Everything else is kind of stuff I want. I think I'm going to drop the marine flares, believe it or not. I don't need them. Okay. We look good? I think we look good. I think we're good. Alright. Let's get a move on. Nice and warm right now, so this will be actually a good time to get over to the fishing cabins. We can do some beach combing along the way as well. That'll be nice. So we'll take a little inventory once we're in the once we explore all the fishing cabins. If I don't find another scarf or like another hat or some mittens, I think I'm gonna make them myself. So we can do that tonight before the sun goes down. Hopefully maybe we find another fish too out here, because that can be breakfast for tomorrow morning. Got a lot of things to kind of juggle, but I think for right now though that the key is going to be to keep moving. So we're going to get going to Pleasant Valley very shortly, probably tomorrow actually. I'm going to start going into the transition cave for it. I think that'll be the best course of action. See some birch over there. Don't have anything to cut it down with. Oh, here we go. Some more scrap metal. Some cloth. Ooh, birch bark. That's nice. Certainly going to take that. Ooh, look at this, too. A gift from the ocean. That's nice, but I'm kind of thinking about it. You know? What am I going to use birch bark for? Or, sorry. The birch saplings. What am I going to use it for? Absolutely nothing is the answer. Some more scrap metal. I am going to leave some of my scrap metal somewhere, because it is pretty heavy. Okay, nothing going on here. Looks like the fog might be getting a little thicker, but that's okay. I know exactly where I'm going to go. Feels like 20 out here. I tell you what, you get this same weather in about 50 in-game days, and it's going to be like 0 degrees. Just because of how cold the world's going to get. So, that's why I think we're going to get challenged just enough without Relentless Night. I think it'll be fun. Okay, I see one of the cabins is burnt out, but there is a workbench right outside of it. Do remember that. Get up here if possible. There we go. Nothing going on here. Let me hit this fishing hut out here, actually. Because I really don't think I'm heading this way again. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is going back up towards Ravine. We'll hit Rabbit Grove, and then I'll maybe cut across. Kind of what I'm thinking. More cloth is good. I want to do that just because it's going to give me access to a lot of cattails, which I'm obviously here for. Wow, nothing in this fishing hut again. 2 times in a row. We'll get a little jog going, just because I'm not really that tired. Alright. Check this one first. Please still be light inside. Okay, good. Nice. Ooh, some socks. Okay. Candy bar. Knew I saw something in there. Blended in pretty nicely, though. I'll take those. I'll take those. Could be stuff we do in the dark. Okay. Yeah, not a lot. Did not expect a lot either. What can I move? Can't move too much in here. Get some more of this, too. Okay, next one. Get these huts done for. Can just come out of here without being scared of the bear. That's a change, isn't it? Okay, nothing there. Painkillers. Not bad. Don't necessarily have a use for painkillers, but... Well, I guess we do, don't we? Because we can still take falls and everything. Nothing under that chair. Nothing under the bed. Nothing under that bed either. Alright, let's do the next one. Actually, you know what? Let's grab the... Ooh, some burdock right there too, but I don't think I have a tool to harvest that with. Okay, nothing. A hook, nice. Okay, that's all there is. Fine with me. Alright, I'm going to dump a lot of my stuff, I think, in here. A lot of the things that I don't really think I'm going to particularly need right now. Maybe like right here will work. Get that going here in a second. It's a nice way to check under the beds now. Come on, something warm. Something warm. Even a cotton toque. Ooh, that's nice right there. That's elite. That's exactly what I wanted. Wow. That's like the best you can get right here. Wow. Did not expect that. Nice. So we're 33 in here. About a degree above freezing. That's cool. Alright, so what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and make those gloves and hat. Yep, here we go. I think I'm going to let's do the hat first. And then we'll do the gloves. That way we're nice and warm and go out, kind of do our thing without worrying about frostbite. Wanted to give the fishing huts a chance to give me these items, but it did not, so took matters into my own hands. How are we looking now? 36. There we go. With a character. 11-degree warmth bonus. Very nice. It's exactly what I want. Very good. It's coming along. Alright, let's do what I wanted to do, though. Put some stuff away. I will drop the birch sapling and probably leave it here. But I gotta be honest, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I really don't. There is no use for it. But it is what it is. All those stones can go away. The simple tools I really don't need. I think we're going to find better ones. I do think so. I would bet on it. Quite honestly. Look how many matches we have. Way too much already. Should be limited. The dress shirt I will put away. All the food's going to come with me. Here we go with the scrap metal. Put that away. The feathers too. Anything else? Okay, I'm not seeing too much of it. Maybe put that away. I'm going to harvest that down for some tinder. Alright, I think we look good. I'm going to carry the cooking oil on me for as long as I can. I could put the... Yeah, let's put the fast film away too. We're not even close to obtaining a camera quite yet. So whenever that time does come around, we know where this little supply cache is for ourselves, even though it's really just nothing at all. But that's okay. Not a problem. We get a lot of water too, which is what is most certainly weighing us down. Alright, let's get some of this tinder up and running. And I did see that I also had some of these. There we go. All right, now we're getting really tired, which is nice. We'll be able to sleep through quite a bit of the night. 62 out of... It would have been 66, but we're tired now. All right. Drink to full, and then I'm going to sleep for 7 hours. I'm going to sleep for 7 this time. Because we ran out of water doing 8. Let's see how much we get back. Nice. Back to full. That's what I like. Very, very good. Okay. Probably sleep for another 4, though. Let's see how we wake up. Okay, cool. Got a little bit of light outside. That's a good sign. Anything else I can do in here? I'll refill the lantern, because I have a feeling it's really going to be the only one we find for a while. Refill the lantern. Nothing else really looks of value. I could actually read a little bit, too. Get the sunlight up. Why don't I do that? We'll start working on this book. Alright. Okay, nice and bright. I am going to probably get moving. We got to be careful, though, of these foods, because I do not have antibiotics to treat myself in case I do get sick. So, the 26% probably not going to be eaten right now. Just drink some water. Okay, just a last little check in case I want to bring anything last minute. Don't think so, though. So, there's a wrap on that box right there. Let's step out briefly. See what we're dealing with. We gotta kind of time this a little good, because we don't have a bedroll. We do not have a bedroll. So I might just sleep an hour. Wait for this weather to pass. Was pretty cold outside. You know what? I honestly don't even think I'm going to go up the river. I think I'm just going to go right to Pleasant Valley. We cannot be messing around like that. All right, so I have a save point. The weather outside's probably a little better. So I'll end it there. But in the next episode, we're going to get going to Pleasant Valley. It's really going to be full steam ahead. Full steam ahead to Timberwolf Mountain and then to Ash Canyon. We'll get the backpack. We'll get suited up. We'll harvest any carcasses we see along the way. And yeah, stressful times coming up the next few episodes. But once we start getting our foot in the door, it'll increasingly get easier until the food crunch inevitably happens. So stick around for that. So if you all made it this far, as always, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you all in the next episode.